canes over here. We got some canes over here. Relax and take notes while I step in, ain't no question. I've been reppin', see my squad ballin', that's a blessing. I'm texting with my homies from that West End Zone crew. Say they taking shots, told me roll through. I told you about that orange and green. We click tight, big bites, we destroy your team. Make the world view our games like a horror scene. Stuff opponents in a can like Goya beans. I mean, representing for the team, love the city though. You can't get connected with them, shake your figure no. Infamous with that swag, it's original. The copycats could copy that, but we go get some more. No gay, no Semino. We let it stay, but in this state we is the general. Salute. Coral gave us around the world, we don't have a limit. We rep that you from the streets to the academics. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up, how we do our thing over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here, throwing U's up, how we do our thing over here.
What we do, please, is the hurricane. You ain't got that work, you can't serve the canes. I know you been watching, we been hurting things. Where that crown at, homie, we them dirty canes. We gon' get that title, what that purdy ring. Gotta turn over chain for every team. Green and orange on my back, yeah, the foreigners back. I'm scoring while you roaring like a lion getting shot. ¿Qué pasó, papi? Tú no puedes conmigo. Argentino de principio, huracán en mi equipo. Got the passion like Sebastian when I'm rapping, that's a fact. Got that 7-6 jersey for the legend, one sack, yeah.
Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up, how we do our thing over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here, throwing U's up, how we do our thing over here.
We got some canes over here and we bout that. Solo D and them ballin' boys, yo, we got that. No good chillin' in the cut, hard rock pack. And if you hating on them canes, better snap. It's the state of the MIA. The U is back, what them haters gotta say. Them hurricanes, we be ballin' all day. Turn over chain, got the people going crazy.
Now whoop whoop, it's the sound, so you know who it is. They counting finals on like the U up in here. Gold teeth, grillin', chillin', Solo D, what it is. We got the turn up chain, gang up in here. Cause it's a UM thing, orange and green is the gear. We coming to you HD, so it's crispy clear. Now put them U's in the sky, don't stand and chill, and let them know if they don't know we got some canes up in here.
Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here, throwing U's up, how we do our thing over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here, throwing U's up, how we do our thing over here.
Canes, we be ballin' all day. Canes, we be ballin' all day. Canes, we be ballin' all day. Them hurricanes, we be ballin' all day.
Who that?
So low, so low, so low, G. So low, so low, so low, G.
Yeah, we about to go live.
Act like you got on skate. 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 Act like you got on skate.
Go live, we're finna go live. 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 Go live, we're finna go live.
What's up? What's up? What's up, Kane Nation, man? Look here, spring is actually in the books. Let me get a thumbs up. Everything looks good. Sounds good. Need to make some adjustments. I can. I see the chat room is already jumping, man, because we about to go live. So let me know everything looks good, sounds good. Throw the thumbs up in the comment section right quick. And we're just going to talk about the spring game, man. Had a lot of fun there. Let me do this and make sure. Okay, everything. There we go. The producer in the building. All right, here we go. Hey, Phil, I say we about to go live. Go live. We going live. We already live, man. But hope everything look good, sound good. Coach been on the road making it happen. Currently got 86 in the building. Let's have at least 80 likes. I had a great time, I have to say. I don't know if some people may just be coming in a little bit later or whatever, but you can always go back and rewatch, man. I told y'all I was taking pictures of people. Y'all ain't taking pictures of me. I'm out there making it happen, man, because I really enjoy getting a chance to meet a lot of the people that come on and support this channel, and finally get a chance to put a face to the names that I see. So I really enjoy that part, man. With all that being said, we're going to jump straight into this deal. It's happy Easter to everybody. It is Easter Sunday. So happy Easter to everybody. Still decided to come on because I figure, hey, man, y'all can come back and check it out later or put it on and let the family watch, especially if y'all real Kane fans in the building. Big shout out to our sponsor for today, Mr. Alex Tabio, right here from Certified Home Loans. He does everything regarding home financing, even helping with your credit, right? So if you're looking for a VA loan, the FHA loan, first-time home buyer, anything like that, just holler at them. It's free. Also, for my entrepreneurs out there that deal directly with cash and don't have pay stubs and things to show to the banks that you may need that loan on, holler at him. He has a very aggressive program to help you get into a home. I know times seem like they're really high, but guess what? When they're high, start looking now. Get all the paperwork done now. So when they start dropping, you've already been cleared and approved for that process, man. So that's huge right there. You don't want to wait to the last minute and trying to get that done and have to do all the paperwork. Get it done now. Get it locked in. Get it ready to rock and roll. So with all that being said, man, again, I was super excited. Had an opportunity. Somebody asked about the cane juice. Here's the cane juice. I got to get a cane cup, man. My cane juice cup. I'm telling you, it's in the wind. I think when the Florida State people broke in the house, and the only thing they stole was my cane juice cup, man. So I'm really hot about that. But I can't find it, man. So here it is. I should be finished with that by the time the show is over. A lot of people talking about memes in the chat. We'll definitely get into that. But right now, we're going to talk about the Hurricanes that's on the roster, not ones we're trying to get on the roster. And we're going to open up the phone lines and get that thing rocking and rolling. Let me just start off and say this. I have to be honest. It had been a long time since I had been to a Miami Hurricane game. Didn't have the time when I was coaching and all that. So getting back out there, looking at the tailgate, I mean, everybody loose, man. And I love the melting pot of fan base we have, man. I see everybody out there rocking. And it was fun going out there doing that. We went live from the stadium. I set up right next to Lance Leggett and his Taste One boiled peanuts. And if y'all didn't get a chance to see that on the live, know it's a little choppy, and I apologize for that. But you do what you got to do, man. But we still put a show on. But those things all the way live, man. The barbecue flavors got some sweet and some spicy to it, little smoke flavor. So y'all go hit up Lance. And I don't want to jack up the website, so just Google it, tasteoneboilpeanuts.com, I think it is. But boil that and check it out. But anyway, a lot of excitement going on out there at the stadium. A lot of people, a lot of expectations, all of that good stuff, man. And I had a chance to kind of go through a little bit of the game. Somebody had it on YouTube or whatever, go through the game a little bit and see what I didn't get a chance to see while I was there. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pop these things on, the number on now. Let's go and get this thing rocking and rolling. No sense to sit and hesitate and wait on it. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling and see what's up. But anyhow, my take on it until I get the first call in, it was very vanilla, as we all saw. All right. There were some things, of course, we definitely have to work on. But I did see from offensively, I saw a lot of formations. I saw, which was good, right? It was good to see a lot of formation. I mean, they put a lot of things in a little bit of time. Didn't see a lot of penalties so far as like false starts and that kind of thing. Of course, there's some other things in there, but offensively didn't see a lot of that kind of stuff. Defensively, they flew around the ball. Corey Couch stood out to me. His name was constantly being called in the stadium for making plays. Him and Gilbert Frierson coming in, making a lot of plays. Of course, I know we had a lot of injuries out there. And so we didn't see a lot of, quote unquote, the starters, but we did get opportunity to see a lot of the other guys, which was cool, man. I see a lot of people going in. Jared Judy was out there. I guess he was out there with Cristobal or whatever the case may be, and people going in. Let me see. The U with a bunch of numbers, 838. I guess that's his phone number. Y'all go ahead and hit him on that number. See if he's smart enough to keep that number up there. Y'all blow his phone up. No traders, no sellouts allowed. Y'all tough, boy. Yes, a lot of mesh concepts, D. And I think you got a chance to see that because Miami Hurricanes were playing a lot more man. They played a lot more man concept, still had the too high safety look, but they were reducing the safety down into the box over the number 3, leaving James Williams kind of playing center field. I saw one play he had to cover the number 3, and I forgot who that was, caught the ball, but he made the tackle immediately. But I think it was a 5 to 7 yard gain somewhere in there. But yeah, they're trying to use James Williams to be kind of center fielder and use his range on the field. So anyway, we just had a call and they hung up, so they'll call right back. Anyway, let me give a couple shout outs here in the chat before the phone line start ringing. Mark Stamper always in the building. Was Jafari Harvey hurt? I didn't see him play. I don't know. Chat, you have to answer that, man. Like I say, it was a little crazy for me out there, man. We're just having a lot of fun. We just had a lot of fun out there with the, just talking to people, getting a chance to meet people and everything else. We got a caller already in the building. We got 130 in the building. Talk to us, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Big Coach, what's up, man? This is Darren from yesterday.
What's up, man? Duval.
Duval. How you doing?
Did you see your cameo in the intro?
Hey, that was so funny. When I saw it, that was hilarious. And then Darren, he's smiling like he had a Kool-Aid smile right after me.
That's good, man. It was a pleasure meeting y'all, man. It really was hanging out with y'all and everything.
Coach, that was his first time ever going to a Miami event, man. And I was telling him that was just an appetizer for the real thing, man. So that's why we came, because he big time fan. He's from my daughter, like the quarterback and the DN Thomas Brown.
Okay.
So he died hard. He died hard, man. He never went to no event, so he was happy, man.
Now he from Valdosta, right?
Yeah.
He from Valdosta. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I know you from. But I remember you were telling me he's from Valdosta. Yeah. So that's good. He got a chance to see Ja'Cory play, Thomas Brown play, and so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, man. So I know we talked about this kind of off air yesterday, but what are your takes on the game and what you saw? And I mentioned some of this. I think I even interviewed you and talked about that. But what did the Hurricanes meet your expectations so far as even just a spring game?
The thing that you talk about all the time on your show is the meat and potato of every football team, the trenches, the D-line, the O-line, and they addressing that, man. It's 2 big old tackles that I saw yesterday. One of them named, I think it's McClendon, and I don't know what the numbers, the other guy, the guy that went to, that one that came from Indiana, went to Parkland High School in Lauderdale for that 1 year.
Man,
those dudes are massive.
There's some big dudes, man.
Oh my God. Coach, them boys was getting it in, and McClendon, he pancaked what's number 56 ID tackle?
Leonard Taylor.
Oh my God, he pancaked Leonard so hard that when Leonard went out when he got hurt, that was why he was hurt.
Wow, really? That's
Coach,
what it was, man.
He pancaked them. Coach, he pancaked them like it was NWA wrestling.
Hey, all you do is put some syrup on them, man, and it's over. You know what I'm saying?
Man, hey, Coach, I ain't never seen nothing like that live like that before, man. But when Mirabal and Cristobal get the ball playing right, ooh wee.
I love it, man. Hey, well, that's what it's all about.
Put on some weight. When Silas Moss put on some weight, oh my God.
Yeah, he got to put on some weight. It's gonna take a little bit for him, but he'll definitely get there.
Yeah. Coach, I think we're gonna be fine. You trust the process. 2 years, maybe 3 at the most. I ain't going 3. I think 2 because the shelf wasn't empty when he took over. And I think they're gonna be fine. Trust me, Saban looking behind his shoulder.
Hey,
looking behind his shoulder. And,
you're gonna see Sebastian. You're gonna see Sebastian the Donk coming up quick, beating out.
Sir.
Yes, sir. I love it, man. But always, bro.
Somebody else on there. When you get somebody else on, what about Mims? Somebody said he was on campus after the game yesterday.
Yeah, he may have been. I don't know that to be a fact, but I think today he was actually supposed to come, but he may have come in a little early. I'm not sure. But, he's making his rounds, doing his thing, and we'll find out real close, man. Some of the other guys that catch the breaking news, put it out there. I mean, that would be a great pickup for us. We definitely need it. One of our biggest concerns is is our depth, right? We don't have a lot of depth.
Right.
We got good players, but
Right.
there's a pretty good drop off when you get to the twos. And that right there is what makes a winning championship team, is that there's little to no drop off when somebody has to go out, whether it be injury, whatever the case may be. They're not on the field. The number twos fit in just perfectly.
I want to ask you one more thing before you go get another call. Go.
Yeah.
When we got back to the hotel yesterday, right? We was going on the smart TV looking at other schools who had their spring games.
Mhm.
And I my wife, she from Tuscaloosa, so I don't really like the Crimson Tide, but man, they got another quarterback. That boy look like Lamar Jackson. What's his name?
I think that's Yeah, I did a video. Yeah, I did a video on him. Milrow or Monroe. Yeah, Jalen Milrose. Yeah, he quick now. He quick.
Coach, I was just looking at the D line and the defensive line, the O line they got.
Mm-hmm.
Them two tackles we got, their whole team look like that.
No, that's true.
We need about 2 years.
You're gonna have to, bro. Like, it doesn't happen overnight, right? The hype, all that stuff is great, but it takes time because even though you got transfer portal and all that, you're still limited on the amount of players you can bring in, and put on scholarship at that time. So there's some strategy behind it. You got to be strategic in the guys you pick up, and you got to make sure you pick up the right guys. You can't pick up just a big guy or a strong guy, a fast guy. You got to pick up the right guy as well to help the program go.
Right. Well, Coach, I'm glad you made it back safe, man. We just got back about 2 hours ago.
Man, I was banging it last night. I got in about 12:30 last night, man. I went by, stopped by the family, hung out with them a little bit, ate, and got on the road, got back, and had to get it going.
When we got here, and boy, it was storming from the time we hit like Palm Coast all the way up. It was storm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida weather could be tough, especially when you're traveling, man. Especially when you're traveling.
Yeah,
man.
I see. I'm still learning. I done been down here 20, so I'm still learning.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Well, like I said, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I'll be calling on the regular and checking in whatever, man, because we got tickets for the Carolina game and the Florida State game, so we'll be going to that.
There it is, man. So, like I said,
take care.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, man. Happy Easter to you and the family,
yes,
bro.
Same
yes, sir.
To you.
All right, thanks,
man,
man.
Brother, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, now, bye. All right, big call, man. Duval made a cameo in the intro with the pictures, man. Had a chance to go out to Footballville Streeters event that Friday night. Got straight off the turnpike, went over there and hung out with them, man. They did a live show. Well, they did a show, not live, but I know boys gonna chop it up and put it out here soon, man. But it was pretty good. It was good to see people come out and support. Flo, what's up, man? I need you to call in right quick. I don't know if you guys got a show or not tonight. I know it's Easter, but I need you to call in, man. You made a cameo on the intro, baby. There's some Canes over here. So holler at me, Flo, man. You see the number right there on the 321-328-8235. Give me a call right quick. I want to holler at you, man, as well, and let the people know what you got going on and everything else. Let me give a quick $5 donation here from Cosme Lopez. I hope I said that correct. I appreciate that $5 donation, man. Thank you all so much. Let me go ahead and give you your love for the $5 donation, and we'll go from here. Let me see here. Here we go. All right, real quick, while we wait on the next phone call to come on in, guys, you're more than welcome to give us a call back in. I see a 321 had called, so go ahead and give us a call. I want to hear your point of view on it. But anyhow, yeah, man, like I said, it was a lot of fun out there. I had a chance to meet everybody. Okay, my bad, Coach. I can't call in dinner with the kids currently. Just wanted to stop by and say what's up. And yes, the show is later. All right, so I'll plug that. But anyway, yeah, man, me and Flo had a chance to actually meet for the first time. We've talked on the phone numerous times. Had a chance to meet, man, and they fed your boy some ribs and all, and some cane juice. I had some cane juice from the Flo family. It was awesome, man. So I had a good chance to meet him. Met T2Y for the first time. So a good chance meeting T2Y. Did an interview with him. So that was pretty cool. I had a chance to even meet, I believe the name Gio from the Orange Bowl Boys. Great talk with him, man, as well. So good talk with him. and Lance Leggett and those guys. I don't think I met anybody else who does shows. But yeah, man. But anyway, it was good. It was amazing to see that. Good to see the people back out there in the stands, having fun, bringing the kids out, the family. It was super interesting. But let's talk some football. We got 175 in the chat. I'm gonna say this, and I know my phone probably really be ringing. I know we didn't have starters in the game, and Coach Hayes totally understands that. But here's one thing that I'm looking for. I was looking for as well. And I have to be honest, I didn't see it. I'm not saying we don't possess it, meaning we don't have it on the roster. But I didn't see it showcase itself. A difference maker. I did not see a difference maker on the field. Okay. And what do I mean when I say difference maker? I'm talking about when that dude put the ball in his hand is you know what I mean? Big time difference maker. And that's what you need to win ball games. Guys that can go from 0 to 100. Guys that can go from 0 to 100 real quick, if you know what I mean. Carla, do me a favor, turn your background down just a little bit, and I'll get to you in 1 second. So that's what I'm looking for, or I was looking for as well. Right? I think we did pretty good so far, schematically all together, but a difference maker, right? And I thought, and I still do think Brashard can do that, but I don't know if he's still that. You know what I mean? Like when I looked at the Devontae Smith, when I look at those kind of cats that at any given moment, when that ball in his hands it could be touchdown at any given moment. You understand what I'm saying? That's where I am. Carla, talk to us. 321 area code. Happy Easter to you. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Yo, what's going on, Coach Hayes? How you doing? My name is Kendo, calling out of Orlando, Florida.
All right, Kendo from Old Town. What's up with you, man? Appreciate you calling in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I wanted to make two statements, and I just wanted to get your opinions on them.
Sure.
Number one, I want to say that, in my opinion, the O-line dominated throughout the game, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, Cyrus Moss, he's the future. So what do you think about those two things?
Ooh, all right. I like the second part. I'm gonna talk about that. The first part, I think there was some domination. I can't necessarily say entirely from what I saw. I did see a little bit more aggressiveness than what I saw last year, but still saw a lot of outside zone, which that's part of the game. I'm cool with that. But I saw us doing a lot more pulling. I saw a lot more gap scheme plays, meaning, people maybe not in the coaching world understand it more as the counters and the powers, those type of things. And so that was pretty good to see that kind of stuff. I can't say they dominated completely. And I'm gonna tell you why I say that, because I still didn't see any guys truly climbing to the next level. We had some pancakes in there, like the previous caller said, but I'm talking about total like just annihilation. I don't think so, but I did see some progression. So I agree with that.
Yeah, the reason why I had said not to control. The reason why I said that the O-line dominated is because while I was watching the game, pretty much any time that we needed some short yardage, we pretty much got that. We pretty much got it. Like for example, like when we was in the goal line, the first time we was in the goal line, like easily the O-line like basically blew up the D line and just put the whole D line damn at the goalpost. It was so easy like for the O-line to take them off the ball. And also anytime we needed like 1 or 2 yards or whatever, like O-line easily got it. Like I have not seen, I don't know, maybe I missed it maybe, but when I was watching, like whenever we need like short yardage gain, we like the D-line never stood still the O-line when they needed it. You know what I'm saying? And from what I've seen, it wasn't very too often, but I did see a lot of times like the O-line did easily, climb up to the second level with no problems, So I've seen that throughout the game. I'm not saying it was consistent, but from what I've seen, the O-line did like get their way,
Yeah, no, and like I said, they showed some great flashes. They showed some great potential in what they could do. I still don't know if they have the chemistry set yet. And the reason I say that is going to take some maneuvering of guys, evaluating the films from the coaching staff to see where everybody fits perfectly so they can get the right mix, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
And in there.
Mhm.
But yeah, so like I say, it will come.
So
But
Cyrus Moss.
so yeah, so I'm gonna get to Cyrus Moss. So you say Cyrus Moss is the future. I love the
Yes.
statement. I don't know if I've seen enough yet to say that, to give a true, honest opinion. I saw the flashes, I
Mhm.
saw those things. And he may very well be. I'm not saying he won't be. I'm just saying my personal opinion. And again, it's
Mhm.
hard for me to judge that because I don't see the day-to-day practices. If I was in Miami and I could go to the
Correct.
practices day to day, I could tell you guys things that maybe most people are not privy to. And I'm saying, okay, I saw this because he did this in that drill and so forth. But just from what I saw in
Right.
that little bit of time, that'd be a hard statement for me to confirm, but I also can't deny
Mhm.
it. I'll put it that way.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Because I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. It's probably a little bit too much, but man, it's crazy. He looks his physique and everything. Now you can't tell me he don't look like a young Jason Taylor, man. Like they look just alike, like same height, same length. You know, Cyrus Moss, he's undersized. Because if you remember in the early 2000s, man, like they were saying, you know, Jason Taylor was undersized during his time in the early 2000s. Remember, D ends at that time was still like 290. Like was like what was the brother name from the Buffalo Bills? Played in the 90s. What was his name?
Bruce
Bruce
Smith.
Smith.
Hmm.
Yeah, then all the D linemen at that time were still big. They weren't like Von Millers right now. They were
Mm-mm.
big 6'5", 6'6", 6'4", 290 pound, you know, DNs who was getting upfield, you know. And Jason Taylor was, you know, he played I think around like 260, maybe 265. You know, so
Yeah.
Cyrus Moss, like he has the same body type potential, just like Jason Taylor. So I think that you know it's amazing that he has somebody who's one of the greatest passers of all times, but also can relate to him because of his size. You know.
Yeah, I totally agree. But and again, like the reason they had guys like Bruce Smith and the big defensive ends because it was still two back ball, right? You know, 3 yards in a
Right.
cloud of dust type football. Jason Taylor,
Right.
the stars are moving the line for him as the transition started to more passing league. He came right along, and it fit perfectly. And now you're starting to see, like you said, these DNs are now 260, maybe no more than 275 based on their height. And they're
Right.
really pass rush specialists. If you really look at these
Hmm.
guys, in that sense. So,
Right.
but then you had the anomaly like a Lawrence Taylor who could play the
Who's the
pass
goat?
and the run, right? But he could do the pass and the run, just as
Right.
effective, right? You know what I mean? So, yeah, no, it was great
Right.
to see that. I think Cyrus Moss will be great. I think he definitely has to get his weight up. He's going to have to learn
Hmm.
some more technique, and I'm so glad Jason Taylor is there to help
Right.
teach him and help develop him from a technique fundamental standpoint, because that's
Hmm.
how Jason Taylor made his money and got the gold jacket, because he didn't live
Right.
off brute strength. He lived off of technique, and using his
Right.
brain. Yeah.
Right. And I want to say this one last thing. Because people for the past several days have been talking about Mims, and some are very big on them, some are not. But I do want to say this, man. I seen his film, and I'm gonna tell you straight, man. He's the real deal. Like
Mm-hmm.
he really is good, man. He has good feet. He plays with a guy who is 6'7", maybe 6'8". The man plays. He's very, how can I say, nimble, and have very light feet. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and the man plays with great leverage, and he can easily get up to the second level. I think you did a film session on him.
I
The
did.
man the man can pull. Yeah, he can pull. He can pull very easily. Like, man, he's a monster, man. And so I hope that that he gives UM the opportunity, man, because man, if we have him, I think playing at right tackle or something like that, one of the tackle spots, man, I think our O line will probably reach the second level, man. So that's just me on that. I'm gonna go ahead. And hop off, man. I appreciate it, man.
Anytime, man. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Bye. All right, man. That was a great call, actually, man. That was two great questions too. Talking about Cyrus Moss. But y'all ain't give it a break. Boy, y'all jump right back in this thing. Caller, hold on. Give me 1 second. Speaking of that, I brought up that piece before I take this next call about difference makers, right? And remember, very good players or system players are not what coaches call difference makers. Difference makers are guys. And I'm gonna say this, and I know y'all gonna kill me, but Rambo wasn't even a difference maker. A difference maker is a guy like Devontae Smith, Johnny Manziel, Joe Burrow. Knighton can definitely be that kind of guy. He's very close, but I don't think he's still that difference maker. The difference maker is the guy that has all the intangibles. Peter Warwick, right? So even if you look at Peter Warwick, right, wasn't a speedy guy, but a difference maker. Like those type of guys that at any given moment can change the game, can flip the field, can put points on the board. That's what a difference maker is. Not a guy like Restrepo, great football player. Not a difference maker though, y'all. Right? 7 yards, catch the ball, gonna get the hard yards. There's nothing wrong with having those players. But we got to have one guy that's on the field that everybody fears. I asked that question last year. Devin Hester, yes. I asked that question on the field. I asked that question last year. Who, when our team lines up, if we're another team and we're scouting the University of Miami, who scares us? Meaning, when I say us, I'm talking about I'm the opposing team scouting the University of Miami. Who do I label on that film? We got to make sure we know where jersey number, whatever it is, at all times. That's what a difference maker is, right? And that's just how I look at it in my eyes. Caller, talk to us, 954. Happy Easter to you, man. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Warren. Happy Easter. How you doing, buddy?
Warren, how are you, man? How are you doing today, man?
I'm okay. We buried my mom last Saturday, so didn't like that. So, and I'm in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin right now on a business trip, but I call when your show's on. So
I appreciate it. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man. My condolences to you and your family from myself and the Kane Nation, man.
I appreciate that. I do. All right, so let me ask you a question. I didn't get to see the game, but I've heard, from non-Canes fans, they said it was, there was nothing. It was vanilla, but that was to be expected. They heard, it was a fair assessment, but then again, that's what they were expecting. What was your opinion? What you saw? Where was it? Where were they struggling? Because I heard some good stuff about their tackling. It's not necessarily the best in the nation, but it certainly improved over what it was last year, which was a absolute it was nasty last year.
Right.
Did you see forward progress?
Yeah. So I could say this again, right? They weren't out there trying to knock each other's heads off. Didn't expect that. What I did say for one of my expectations was them getting to the football and getting to the football properly. And I did start to see that. The one time I didn't see it was when what's my man from Mississippi? Come on, talk to me, somebody. Henry Parrish. When Henry Parrish kind of broke outside. But this is what happens when you play man. And so that corner was actually in a bind. He's playing man, but you're also asking him to set the edge too, right? And you can't serve two masters in football. So you can't set the edge. Coach, I'm going to set the edge, but I'm also play this guy. There's very, 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 very few people that can do that truly understand that. And that was really the biggest play that I saw in the game besides the check down, I want to say, to Thad Franklin, where he was wide open. But I'm talking about so far as a big play from line of scrimmage by design. I think that was one of the bigger plays of the day. So defense, in my eyes, won that scrimmage. Just because of, keeping guys to a minimum. Of course, things are designed for offenses to, go. And again, they're not tackling, they're not hitting guys that, so there's a lot of things. So to answer your question, Warren, I think defensively, they made super strides in what we could see in potential tackling. Now, do we see them laying lumber? No, you can see the guys when they go in there to wrap up, they just getting ran over because they're not trying to exert any force. They don't want to hurt anybody. You know what I mean?
Correct.
In that sense. But to see them get to the football the way they were getting to the football was night and day. I have to say that. It was night and day.
Okay, so given that analysis and given the nature of our relatively weak schedule, I mean, we play in the ACC, And we play two, our road games are at Texas A&M and Clemson. But outside of that, we don't have any difficult or extraordinarily difficult games that we should win. So given that, do you think that Cristobal and company can make the adjustments from week to week? And I'm not expecting perfection in a national championship. Obviously, I'd like that. But do you think that that's a doable task that would put us at a solid 10 wins as opposed to a weak 10 win or 9-3 season? Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, it does. And I'm going to stay away from the schedule. I'm going to stay away from those numbers. But I personally don't think – I believe most people think that the ACC is down. But I don't think it's down as far. It may be a little bit below what we're used to. But remember, just because it's down some doesn't mean it's out. Just because they don't have the hype, like we have the hype of the big time hiring Mario Cristobal and the opening of the wallet. At the end of the day, that means nothing if you don't get it done between the white lines. I still think Pittsburgh is going to be a problem. I do believe North Carolina State may be a problem. I can go 50-50 with the other program, the Virginia Tech and Virginia, because they're getting new programs. And definitely UNC is going to be a problem. And when I say a problem, I mean, I don't think it's going to be just a mud stomping by us.
Right.
Because it's just football, right? It's still just football. And then, of course, the two bigger games on the schedule is Texas A&M and Clemson. So, I'm looking at 5 out of the 12. I'm looking at 5 relatively, I don't want to say
games.
Competitive games. That might be the better word. Right?
Okay. Competitive. Okay.
Competitive.
All right,
and then we may pull it out in the last stretch of the fourth quarter where, we up by 7, boom, we hit them again with another, we up by 14, and we just take their heart, But I still think people are overlooking teams like Pitt, North Carolina State.
Well, I hear what you're saying, but and let me ask you a question, and correct me where I'm wrong, but that NC State game, and maybe it's just me, but I thought it was that skinny quarterback who was doing all the plays last year. He was running and slinging. I mean, it was just, he's not Vince Young, but he was definitely the bulk of their plays last year. So contain that dude, and I think his name is Leary, and I could be wrong.
I believe so. Yeah,
I know it's not Dennis Leary, but Leary, is that the right name?
I believe that's his name. Yes.
Yeah, he had the real skinny quarterback with the long hair. Looked like a hillbilly from wherever. Anyway,
I thought that was VTech. That wasn't VTech.
What's that?
That wasn't a VTech quarterback.
No, it's NC State. It was. I remember it was NC State because it was rainy the whole game. I remember that game.
Okay.
And then in North Carolina, they don't have Sam Howell. They don't have their two 10,000-yard running backs or whatever. They don't have either one of those. So that 3-headed monster is gone right there. Now they still got Mac Brown, who's a national championship coach, but it's not like facing Nick Saban. I mean, that's a whole different thing. But
but you have to remember this too, Warren. Yeah, but you have to remember this piece, Warren. Everybody's going to graduate. Players leave, but there's guys on rosters that we don't know about, right?
True.
There are guys. For example, how many of y'all? Everybody talk about Alabama. How many people knew who Brian Robinson was until last year? Unless you're a true Alabama fan, nobody really knew who that was. Nobody really knew who Brian Robinson, and that dude been on the roster 4 years. So those are the type of things that they have guys, right? They have guys. Let's be honest. For people who are not really true Miami Hurricane fans, how many people really know our depth at running back? Their true depth, right? How many people know that? You have Knighton, you have Chaney, you have Thad Franklin now, you have Henry Parrish. You know all they know? Knighton and Chaney. That's all they really know.
Right.
Unless they're true Kane fans, just like we are.
All right, so let me ask you a question. All right, so let's just assume it's a loss at Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what do you see? Where's our next loss coming? Realistically, I mean, are they going to take that hard and then lose the next game? I don't even know who's after Texas A&M. That's Mississippi, not Mississippi State, but Middle Tennessee State.
Yeah.
Where would the next loss come?
No,
you're a coach. I want to hear you. I want to hear it from a coach because you see it from a different perspective.
I'm trying
to learn this and understand it through your eyes. I am. Man.
So I'm gonna tell you this. So the next game after Middle Tennessee is North Carolina.
Okay.
So it is Bethune-Cookman, Southern Miss, Texas A&M, Middle Tennessee, North Carolina. That's going to be one of those competitive games in my eyes. I'm not saying it's a loss. I'm not saying it's a win. But I must say it all depends on how we come out and play that week. I just have to be honest. And it's hard for me to say that because we don't have a basis, right? Like and that's why I'm staying away from this, because I think it's unfair to Mario Cristobal and the Miami Hurricanes to put them on a pedestal when we haven't seen what they look like. Technically, we haven't seen what they look like.
Right.
Yeah, we got talent. We have this. There's a lot of that's why I love this game. You ever been to any other sporting event that has this many moving parts, this much personnel to put on a game? I mean, if you look at a sideline, it's just as many people out of uniform as in uniform.
So it's a whole production. Yes.
It's the whole production. Basketball, they got, 3 coaches on the bench, maybe 4 coaches, maybe 5 at the most. It's 12 players. Everybody get in the van and talk about it. I mean, there's no other sport that I know of that has this many moving parts, and they all have to work in unison in order for them to be successful. And so right now, it would be easier for me to answer that next year than it is this year. But I will say North Carolina, I'm not trying to shy away from it, but I can't give you an honest opinion because I want to see, even if we do happen to lose against Texas A&M, at least I can see the product on the field, what's been done, what's put together, what's the coaching. And did we lose because they were just better than us talent? Did we lose because they outcoached us? Did we win because we have better talent? Did we win because we outcoached them? There are a lot of things that can't be answered right now because we haven't seen a product on the field.
Right, quality of the win and how it went down. Absolutely.
Yeah, because you tell people all the time, like, we always talk about, we lost that game because of coaching. Well, will it be? Will it not be? Will it be? So it's so many variables to this deal, man. But no, definitely, Warren, man. I North Carolina's going to be a good one, and it's right there in the middle of the season at game 5. So it'd be very interesting to see. It would be very interesting to find out. And then as I look at the rest of this schedule, let me see here: VTech, Duke, Virginia, and then we come up with Florida State. I hope to God we blow the doors off of Florida State. But again, that'll be another one. And then Georgia Tech may not be a team to sneeze at either. Like these guys, people get bad, but people get better, right? Because that's the same thing we're expecting.
Right.
We're expecting to get better. So, yeah. And then we got 2 tough ones back to back. Clemson.
Go ahead.
I'm saying we got 2 tough ones. Then we got Clemson, and then we got Pitt. Back to back.
Yeah, it's gonna be tougher at the end of the year with back to back, Clemson and Pitt.
And then you got to ask this question: injury and everything else. Oh, go ahead.
A scale of 1 to 10, 1 sucking and 10 being best. Where would you rate that spring game? Do you give it a 6? Give it a 7, 3, 2, what? As far as everything, encompass everything and throw it all into one answer.
I'll say a 7.
Okay, so it's more positive than negative. Good.
Yeah, I see that. I simply say a 7 because, again, like you said, that takes all things included, right? Injuries.
Yeah.
Execution.
No transfers were able to play.
Yeah, just all. So you take everything in there. And again, the reason I say a 7 is because offensively, we didn't see any explosive plays, knowing that even though, quote unquote, as people say, defense is always going to be ahead of offense, but these kind of games are geared towards offense to make plays. You know what I mean? Because the defensive players know to pull off. They're not going to contest deep balls. They're not going to contest, unless the ball is just straight given to them. They're not going to contest the hard pass, and the safety ain't going to come over there and break it up and anything. He's going to run past it and let it go. So that was my biggest thing when it comes to that. So I give him an honest 7, just overall, if I take everything into consideration.
7. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So on a completely side note, but still football related, I saw an article or a video or something like this maybe a couple of years ago. There was some high school kid or a college kid who put some sort of neoprene padding inside of football helmets to try and help prevent head injuries. And I mean, it seemed like an absolutely brilliant idea to cushion the impact of a head-to-head contact or head contact. And I don't know when you were last on the field coaching, but what is the development of that, and why haven't they made more of a move towards that, just for player safety? And I understand they don't want to encourage people to hit harder, because that's one of the downsides of trying to make the uniform or protect the player better. It's just made the people on the laying the hit going to lay it down even harder, and which is a bad thing. But do you know what I'm saying? Have you seen anything about this?
Yeah, I have not seen anything about the article you're speaking of, but it's one of those things is that it's a contact sport, right? It's almost like you can still make the car safer, but people still going to die in car accidents, right?
Correct.
The thing that we thought gonna make people safer are killing people. One of my childhood friends was killed by an airbag just from the gases that came out the airbag. I mean, has the airbag saved more lives than probably people would have died by hitting their face against the steering wheel? Probably so. But it's always going to be something. So I think they do make strides. It's just, if they could prevent it 100%, they would. And the only way you're going to prevent that is play touch football. And even in touch football, somebody's going to bump a head, because they always talk about girls soccer is the number 1 sport for concussions. When it comes to girls soccer ranks number 1 when it comes to concussions. In girl sports and female sports. Not over football, but over female sports. And you're using your feet, right? But they run into each other, they bounce their head off each other. So there's no 100% fix all be all solution here. Everybody's thing is different. They're trying to make the game safer. I still don't think they should eject kids for doing that. For some things, it's football, right? You can't be a surgeon and scared of blood. It's just going to happen. You're going to make contact. In that case, so. It is what it is, man. So like somebody said, airbags save lives, Mr. JR. Yeah, they do, but in cases, people still die with the airbags that deploy because it's still an accident.
The net positive still outweighs the net negative, but there is a negative, yeah.
Of course, it's because nothing's 100%, right? Nothing's 100%.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, so I appreciate you, Sean. I hope you have yourself a wonderful rest of your Easter. I was going to say Thanksgiving, but the rest of your Easter. And can't wait to hear the rest of the show, and I'll talk to you again soon, my friend. Thank you so much for your time today, buddy.
Appreciate you, Warren. Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye now.
All right. And happy Easter to you. All right. Great call, man. Great call by Warren, man. Long-time supporter in the building. I've been supporting this show for a very long time, so I thank him so much, man. Go ahead and give us a call. Happy Easter to everybody. We currently got 258 building people in the building. And I know it's virtual. It's not a real building. Somebody, coach, it's not a building. Yes, I know it's not a building. But I know who this dude is right here, though. I know who this is calling in. I know who this is calling in right now. This is my Chi-Town Kane. Talk to me, man.
What's going on, man? How was the game?
I'm good, man. Happy Easter to you, man. Happy Easter to you.
Happy Easter, man. Happy Easter. Hey, before I continue, I saw the little Timmy comments last time I called in. I see y'all. It's all right. It's all right. I appreciate my voice. It's all right.
They tried to get you.
It ain't about what the voice. It ain't about what the voice sounds like. It's about the words being said, man. That's all that
Ooh, hold on. Say that again, my man. It ain't about the what?
It ain't about the sound of the voice. It's about the words coming out.
I love that. I love it, man. But yeah, it's all good though. So what's going on with you, man? Talk to me.
What's going on? Yeah, well, y'all are down in warm Florida right now. We had a little snowstorm up here, but not really that much. About an inch. It wasn't even that bad.
Bro, it's April, and y'all talking about hey, it's April. Y'all talking about snow. And if you look at the camera real close, Coach got a little sunburn out there yesterday, man. And y'all talking about snowstorm. Jesus.
Hey, look, this hoodie wasn't 30 degrees. That's just a little hoodie on with some sweatpants, man. That's all that is.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, I watched the game, and it was what I expected. This is just the building of the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't really a standout, And on top of that, people are just like our D line, needs some help or whatever. Your boy Motley coming in this summer, so we gonna see how that dude comes in and handles it, But this is just us trimming the fat. This is us, getting the foundation set. It's about the players who think they could play or think they can handle the system. Just like, hey, you know what, this might not be for me. It's a process. I like. One thing I will say though, Gilbert Frierson is either going to be our outside linebacker or our starting star. He's going to be on the field. That's one thing.
Definitely. He looked extremely good yesterday. He looked like he definitely turned it up a notch. He did a great thing, man. He did a great. I mean, I really enjoy watching him and Corey Couch play, especially with Corey Couch and those guys, man, kind of taking a little beating last year. So I love the fact that they, stuck to their guns, stayed with it, kept the U on the side of their helmet, and came back stronger than ever because they did look good, man. They did.
Oh yeah, definitely. And people are just like, the offense, like, we had missed opportunities, and that's true. But we see the most to gain in the problem areas that we had. Of course, we're gonna say like the defense is flying around because last season, the tackling was atrocious. So of course that's gonna be the first thing we see. Like I saw 5-6 people to the ball almost every play. Even on like the medium concept, there's at least 3 people in the backfield trying to tackle the ball carrier. So of course we're gonna see the most again. Offensive line, I didn't see a lot of sacks, but I also don't think that's a knock against our defensive line. But I honestly think our offensive line was actually doing what they were supposed to do. It was just a battle of techniques. It was just them trying to plant their feet and be like, all right, this is what I do best. Let me work on this, And on top of that, people are taking away the fact that, hey, look, this is our first season that, people are saying, hey, it's Coach Cristobal's first season and everything. And there might have been some butterflies. They're like, this is the first time people are going to see us play under Coach Cristobal, so we got to show out. And, I think it was like that to get it. And then it settled down to being like, hey, look, it's still football. We're just gonna play the game. The only difference is now fans get to see it. That's all that is.
Yeah, man. And here's the deal, right? Here's the deal too, that you're dealing with the spring game. There's a lot of missing pieces. There's a lot of things that's happening. People have expectations. People want to see the deep ball, see all these things thrown. I think, again, I didn't see the very first quarter because I was closing up the live show, putting the equipment up. But I think I only saw one deep ball up the sideline to I think they had 2 deep balls, but that was in the first quarter where the 2 DV broke it up. And the other one was it Keyshawn Smith? I think it was Keyshawn Smith. He had it in his hand when he went to the ground, he dropped, it came out. But I think that's what a lot of people were too expecting from a TVD with the kind of arm that he possessed and he showed last year that he can do. And we wanted to see this field being stretched. And that's something we didn't really see. We saw a lot of mesh concepts. I saw a lot of quick outs. We saw a ton of formations, which was pretty cool. And again, that's strategic. You know why they put all those formations out there? Because now you as a coaching staff, you have to go and teach your defense how to line up against that. Whether they use them or not, formation is nothing. You can run the same play out of 15 different formations, right? But as a defense, you now have to be able to defend those formations, know how to line up. So you're adding more things to the plate for the opposing defense to prepare for. So that was smart by them offensively to throw a bunch of formations out there, but not necessarily a lot of plays in there, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I said it, tight ends were gonna take off, and Brantley had a great game. That was one name that I forgot was on the roster. He had a great game.
Yeah, man, he did look good. So, he looked real good. Arroyo looked good. They looked swift catching the ball and everything. So yeah, man, like I said, our tight ends did good. I think we had quite a few check downs to the the tight end release where they may be part of the blocking. They in their head they got the 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi release and sitting the check down. You saw a lot of passes out of the backfield to the running back, especially to Thad getting out. He didn't necessarily throw them all to him, but him releasing. So basically, in essence, making an empty set. So they did a good job. They did a good job with that. But to the defense's credit, if he's doing all those checkdowns, that means nobody's open down the field, right? So, And they played a lot of man,
definitely.
bro. They played a lot of man. They played a lot of man yesterday. A lot of man.
Hey, but that's what y'all play down in 305, right? That's what the kids from the West, Central, and all them girls play.
I tell people all the time,
I'm
bro,
from the
why
North.
not
We play
play?
a lot of zone.
Hey, well, I tell them all the time, why not play man? Like you can't live and die by it. I remember Michigan going through that when they played Ohio State with all those mesh concepts. When people played them in man, Michigan played a lot of man. And when you start getting those rub routes, the mesh concepts, the rub concepts, you're going to pay. And as you can see, that happened. When you start getting a lot of man concepts, that's why that quick outs were open. They were getting the quick outs from the number 2 or number 3 receiver because just geometrically, you can't cover that. Now you can tackle it, but the throw and catch is there. You know what I mean? Now the yak yardage is not there. And that's back to what I was talking about, a difference maker. He's going to catch that, make that one dude miss, pop, 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 and hit it. That's the guy that's scary. Who's the guy that scares you?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have one yet. I don't have one on that offense that I'm just like, oh yeah, he's gonna be a problem.
Right.
But I also think that comes with repetition. Like if you learn a new system, you're just like, let me make sure I get my routes well. Let me make sure I get the right. They're not.
I'm gonna say this.
Yet.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that a little bit. I'm gonna tell you why. Playing within the system is great, but the difference maker comes when the ball is in his hand, not him catching it, not him getting open. I'm talking about when that ball in his hand, that DB, in his mind, he said, "Oh like I'm out here one-on-one." Like that's the difference. Like somebody brought up Duke Johnson. When Duke broke through there, and that safety, like he broke through, got past the linebackers, and that safety was one-on-one with him, it wasn't like, oh, I just got to tackle him. Man, I got to tackle the dude, and he might break my ankles. Like all that's going through your mind in seconds, bro. Like those cats, difference makers, man. Like they changed the game. So I just don't know. It'd be interesting to find out if we have that guy that just like, holy smokes. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. But I don't think Miami's recruited one of those yet. I mean, you talk about Duke. I mean, how many running backs, could have his team down? How many points was his team down in the state championship and was able to bring his team back by himself in the state championship game?
That's a difference maker.
Like those players don't come around often. I don't think we recruited one of those in a while. Like the closest person I saw to that, I think, like just studying like high school football down in South Florida was Ja'Cory Brooks out of Booker T, but he went to Bama. And even I think in this recruiting class, I think there's like 2. You got Ennis, who played quarterback for Heritage when the quarterback went down as a receiver, and you got Jalen Brown from Gulliver Prep when all the schemes are forced to make him not play well, and he still plays well. So I don't think we recruited one yet. So right now we're just getting the foundation set, and then then we'll start getting that difference maker coming up because Chris Ball gonna recruit. So I'm not really worried about it. But this is just fixing the foundation. Let's make sure our defense is technically sound, make sure our O-line is technically sound, and then after that, we got playmakers up and down South Florida, so that they'll come and dime a dozen. And on top of that, like you said, I don't think the ACC is going to be a cakewalk. Like I think this season more is compared to the 1998 season of the Hurricanes, when people were like, are they back or are they good? And then they ended up having that program changing game against UCLA at the end of the season. Like I think this is what this season's going to be like. What's that game that we could be like, okay, like that's something we can look forward to. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think like I'm not expecting like huge things. I'm just expecting like, hey, I just want this program to at least be showing that it's on the right path. Because I'm not expecting us to succeed against Georgia, OSU, Bama. I'm not doing that. Let's just get back to the basics. That coastal should be ours every year, and we should be in the ACC championship, or competing for it at least every year. That's what we need to get back to.
That's fair. Jalen Knighton in space. Yes, I believe Jalen Knighton is the closest to a difference maker that we have in that sense. I don't know if he's all the way live difference maker. And I want you guys to understand when I say difference maker, bro, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like y'all know what I'm talking about. But definitely, man. So I appreciate you calling in, man. We get these guys another shot. But thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you, man. Happy Easter to you and your family.
Happy Easter, Coach. All right, take care of that sunburn. We ain't got no sun.
This sunburn. Coach a little red on the screen today, man. What's going on, man? They say brothers don't burn. They lying, boy. They lying.
All right, Coach. You have a happy Easter, man. I'm gonna continue watching the show.
All right, thanks, brother. Appreciate you. All right, man. Great caller, man, from Shot-Town. Kane up in here, man. But anyway, good call right here. Come on, Johnny Green. Robbie Washington can be that difference maker with. Yes. I believe so. I believe he's got the burn. He's got the feet, the agility, the quickness, the burst, the explosion. Every adjective I can use to describe that dude, he has it. But also difference makers. Let me tell you this. You have to help a difference maker, right? You have to, and I keep going back to Devontae Smith because that's just the most recent. You got to be able to put him in so many different situations where you create the mismatch and he can exploit that. That's the biggest part. I remember when Sarkisian had him in the championship game, takes him, puts him at running back. But why does he put him at running back? So he can get the mismatch against who? The middle linebackers. Middle linebackers typically cover the running back out of the backfield. Bro, now you're in trouble because we already know he gonna make the middle linebacker miss, right? I'm gonna give you a better. That's just like putting Devontae Smith against Jennings, Bradley Jennings. That's not Bradley Jennings' fault. He's doing everything he physically possibly could, but bro, it's just not gonna work. So Bradley Jennings technically in that play call was never going to be an issue. He's going to get the ball. The issue is, can we block it? Can we throw it? Will he catch it? And now what is he going to do with it after? That is what a difference maker is. And coaches have to understand how to find a way to get the difference maker open on the field to make big plays as well. All right. So that's big right there. Go ahead, give us a phone call, 321-328-8235. May not stay on here, but a little bit longer. We had an hour and 2 minutes so far, so that's not too bad. But we'll do this right here. We'll stay on here just for a little bit and make it happen, get a few phone calls. Just want to chop it up about the spring game, what to expect. You know, the summer's coming up. So it'll be another little dead period in there. But it was great to get the excitement out from the fans, from the players. You know, it's like giving a kid a bunch of sugar and he bouncing around the house. And when you finally let him go outside, he playing all over the place, tearing the playground up. That's what it felt like. So we're getting ready to go back into that little phase a little bit. The WREs are getting ready to start jumping back on. If you haven't been checking them out, I've been putting them out already. Did Mark Fletcher. I've done Richard Young, the two running backs so far. Tomorrow another one will be coming out. Not sure which who it will be. Got a couple of them already loaded in the queue. I just got to see which one I want to put out. So I've been working on those, recording them, editing them, filming them, and all that kind of stuff. But maybe Citizens, Coach. I have to say this. I don't know. I broke Citizens' film down. Trevante Citizen. I broke his film down. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't see enough in his high school tape to say that. I have to be honest. Like when I put a high school highlight on and I get to about clip 5, I know if that dude a real gangster. I don't need to see 4, 5. I do that for y'all. So for the fans and for people who want to watch, you know if a dude a real ball player. Like, not saying they're not ball players, but y'all, I don't know how to describe this any better. You know, like in basketball, a LeBron James, a Michael Jordan, a Steph Curry. And I'm not a big basketball guy, but those type of ball players, man. Those type of guys, when you find ball players that can truly make a difference, that can kill you. Cedric Baxter may be one. Have to see more of him out of the backfield. What can he do? See, because you can run the ball, but once you start, now it's a passing league. Now he has to become part of the passing game and all of that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of things that go into that, man. Call or talk to a 704 area code. Give us your name, where you're calling from, and happy Easter to you.
Hey, Coach, happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Charlotte. Gordon, what's going on? I just saw your name pop up in the chat. What's up with you, man?
Oh, nothing much, man. I wanted to get that link to the boiled peanuts. I couldn't quite get what you were saying yesterday. The link
Mm-hmm.
at the game. What's that link for the boiled peanuts where you could order them online to support the?
Hold on, I'm gonna put it up here right now.
the-
I'm getting ready to put up. I'm getting ready to put it in the chat as we speak. I just found it. I'm gonna put it in the chat, and you can check it out right about now. You're gonna have a little delay, but you should be able to see it. I just put it in the chat. Boiled
Okay.
peanut. So yeah, you can go straight. It'll take you straight to their website. So I just put it in the chat.
All right.
Done.
I'm gonna go in and support. And happy Easter, man. And my only question is, and maybe you covered this. I missed the game. What's your assessment of Frank Latson?
Frank Latson. Oh, for the receiver.
Yes, sir.
I thought he did well for the spring. You know, it's very new to him. It's a whole different system. You're talking what 14 practices, which is not a lot. You know, 3 of those practices. Then you had a spring break, so there's a break in there. I think he'll be fine. I don't know how he'll turn out. And again, spring ball, you're trying to spread it around, so nobody's going to really get showcased. I still think that Restrepo is TVD's go-to guy just because there's a trust factor there. So he's going to kind of always look for that guy. And then even a younger quarterback in Jake Garcia said, hey, let me go with the guy that I trust. But I think Frank Latson will be okay. We still got to see more. It's hard to judge these spring games, man. It's so hard to judge them because we as fans, and that's me included, we don't know the motive behind particular play calls. We don't know the motive behind why it's structured that way. They know because they know what they're trying to accomplish, right? Our motive is win, big plays, win, but that's not their motive. You understand what I'm saying?
Are you hearing anything out of the practice reports or anything from kind of intel on how he's doing?
I have to be honest with you, nobody has that I've been watching, nobody really talked about him stepping up and stepping out. I know they talked about Rashard Smith had stepped out. I think Cristobal saw a presser where he talked about how Rashard Smith had really turned it on this spring. And I think he may be a guy that could be a difference maker because he's a thick dude. He's strong. He's fast. He plays receiver, catches the ball well, can play in the backfield. I mean, he's so versatile and he can make you miss, but he also can hit the gas, right? And so that's who I'm looking at right now, believe it or not, as my difference maker. Jalen Knighton is there too, but I'm looking at Rashard Smith to be our biggest difference maker. But when it comes to Latson, I haven't heard much about his progress there. I mean, he's played, he's done some press conferences, but haven't heard any like head over heels stories about him.
Okay, because I was thinking he would kind of be the guy that could come and stretch the field, kind of like Jameis Wilson last year for Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
But
he may be,
fast,
and just like Keyshawn Smith, like I think Keyshawn Smith is going to be one of those go-to guys, right? The down the field dude, take the long ball, and you see that's who they try to get him to. A tall guy, he can do it. Jacoby George as well, be one of those guys. So there's some competition in the wide receiver room. It really is, and somebody's gonna have to separate themselves.
Yeah, I just my assessment. I just saw some highlights, but they might need to get some linebackers in the portal, and that's my only. That was my only takeaway.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Chase Smith didn't play. He got so much bigger. I saw him at the game. He had a towel. He was dressed, but he wasn't playing. But he had a towel on his head. Like, damn, this dude a linebacker, bro. Like, he got so much bigger, man. I want to see him play. I really want to see him play, man. I just think he's one of those guys. When I talk about pop off the field, and it's hard when you say difference maker, you typically talking offense. But I really think that he's a guy that can do so much. Now, why he doesn't become that, I don't know. I know he was on Footballville saying he had some issues with kind of learning the playbook. That was the last regime. But you got a Charlie Strong in there at linebacker coach. If he can stay healthy, I really think he can be big. But true, indeed, we got to get some depth, maybe even some starters out of the transfer portal. But whatever we're gonna do, let's do it now.
Yeah, I think that's my only That's my takeaway. I think if they get those linebackers, that'll solidify the defense, and then Miami should be in contention for the ACC championship this year. Well,
Yes.
thanks, Coach, and happy Easter.
Thank you, man. Happy Easter to you, brother. Thank you so much. All right, real quick, man. Somebody asked, did Wesley play? I didn't see him play, but like I told you, I was there. But I don't know if he's injured, man. I don't know if he was injured or not. But I know I didn't really see him play a lot. I did get a chance to see Ja'Cory Brown play, and he played just like I expected a freshman to play. Got to get the nerves out. You know, he launched one over my man's head. That's fine. It's part of football. So he launches one over Buddy's head on, I think it was a crossing route. But you see they had a little play in their design run by him. He's shifty. The dude can run. But I really enjoyed his press conference when he was talking about learning how to make certain throws, taking the mental reps, doing those type of things. So I can appreciate his approach to this game so far, in that sense of understanding where he is on the depth chart, accepting that role, and embracing the process. I really have to say I am really impressed with him as a young guy. You know, do you think in his mind he want to be the starter? Of course he does. Who doesn't? But he understands that. Even if he's talking, you know, some real PR stuff, what is he doing? He's telling the people exactly, telling himself as well as the people where he is. And like I think he even said, now I'm not really ready yet, but I will be. And I think that's huge right there. You know, but like you say, any given Sunday, you never know. Think about this. Rooster was our third string running back at the time. Cam, Chaney, and then Rooster. I believe Chaney got hurt first. Cam gets hurt. Now Chaney starts. You got to just think about that. So football is a tough sport, and anything can happen at any time. I used to tell my players all the time, your ankle sprained away from being a starter, baby. So that's what it is. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you call it from. 678 area code.
Yo, what's up, Coach Hayes? This is Kane Fish, originally from Miami.
Kane Fish, talk to me, man. What's up with you?
Hey, but first I wanted to thank you for helping out my alma mater over there at Miami Northern Senior High School and bringing that program to where it was.
I appreciate that. Thank you, man. When did you graduate from there?
And I came out in '85. I'm old school.
Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, man, we of course been following the Canes from day one. What's going on? Everything is looking good. I wanted to ask you a question. What is your take on the offensive line? Well, not offensive, but defensive line. What do you think about them?
Again, right? So we talk about vanilla. I think they just lined up and played. I didn't see a lot of stunts. I may be wrong in that, but I didn't see a lot of stunts. I think a lot of the coaches in these spring games want to see what guys can do with the tools in their pocket, not the tools that they're going to give them during the game. And so,
okay.
When it comes to D-line, you want to see how guys take on the double team because you don't get a lot of reps and opportunities, right? It's easy for me to get a rep and opportunity if I'm stunting them to death and it was a double team. I want to put it on film that they're getting double team. And I don't know this to be a fact if these plays were called by script or if they were called off the cuff, meaning like game situation. I call a play offensively, defensively is a play call, and we meet up at the line of scrimmage. Or is it scripted? Hey, because sometimes coaches do this as well. They'll script it, and how that works is you as the offensive coordinator, right? You'll put your play down. Defensively, I'll put my play down. Defensively, okay. I want to see my guys in a bad situation, right? And the reason I do that is because now it's on tape and I can explain to them because every call is not going to be perfect. I always give this example. Cover 2 versus 4 verticals, right? Cover 2 means there's 2 safeties. 4 verticals, we know it's 4 wide receivers going down the field. Got it. Now,
gotcha.
If I'm a defensive coach, the reason I put my players in a bad situation because I may just call cover 2 and they run 4 verticals. We have to know how to play it in a game type setting. So what do? I have that. What does the safety need to do? He needs to gain depth and play everything down, if this makes sense. But if I don't put them in a situation where they're going to fail, I can't teach them off of that. And then you got some coaches where you script and they always going to, it should be a perfect call, right? I know I'm getting cover 3. This is the offensive play call. The quarterback should throw the ball right there. So now when I go to the film with the player, he decides to throw the vertical up the sideline and cover 3, knowing that the corner has the vertical, right? Because he's playing deep third. He should have hit the what? Hitch underneath or the quick out or whatever. So it's a lot of teaching tools in there that we don't know how it's truly structured. So I said all that to say, that's why I touched this with kid gloves, because I don't really know what it is, and I'm not here to bash these guys. Now, what I do know is when they play against another team, it ain't no script. You out there playing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so,
no doubt.
it's kind of like it's kind of like a simulator and a pilot, right? They're in a simulator, and all of a sudden the engine number 2 goes out. That pilot has to know how to figure that out. Blah blah blah. Everything's not going to be perfect. So it's that kind of situation.
Gotcha. And then one more thing I wanted to mention, it just feels good to be in a different spot now. Because me and my son, we went to the Alabama game last year. I mean, we was actually the third row from behind the bench. And to see the guys come out of the tunnel, when I looked at them and how they were coming out and looking and everything, I told my son, I said, man, we about to get destroyed. Because of just the pure, because I've been following the Canes for so long, I know that look. And when they came out, they were jumping around and everything like that, but you can tell in their face, in their eyes, it was like something that they hadn't experienced, and they was just excited to be at the game. It wasn't football ready looking. And I said, man, we're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, sometimes it's called FIFI, false enthusiasm. Sometimes people have it. You jump around because that's what you do before a game.
Exactly.
I was in the nosebleeds up there. I had to get an oxygen tank. I was so high up there, but no, man, I had fun at that game. I went to the Alabama game, but that was fun.
Oh yeah, I definitely enjoyed that. But yeah, Cristobal and his staff, it looks like they're bringing a new energy, and I'm just looking forward to see the progress and see where we wind up, in a couple of years, because I know it's going to take a minute, but the U itself, we know what it represents. So, it's all about the U. And if you don't know, they will.
That's right. I love it, man. I appreciate it, man. Hey, as they say, Vikes, yo.
Yes, sir.
I love it, man.
All right, now.
I love it. Thanks, man. All right, good call, man. I really enjoyed that call. I like hearing from people from the crib. Big shout out to Daryl right here. Coach, what you sipping on? Some cane juice. That's all I'm going to tell you. You saw where it started. If you don't remember, rewind the tape. It wasn't this low, so Coach getting low on it. Once I run out, I'm off the film. I got to get up out of here. It's Easter. Got 279 in the building. Need to have at least 270 likes. How about that? Let's get 270 likes on here, man. Coach working on holidays. I'm supposed to get time and a half. Huh? No, I'm doing it free so I can get the people something, man. Come on. Coach, man, hey, I'll be on the road, man. Let's get this thing working, man. I was just in Miami yesterday. Live. I'm back to the crib. I'm live. Let's get it happening, man, because I'm not going to break schedule. Best I can. I'm not going to break schedule because I want you guys to know what the routine is in that sense. Phone line open. Go ahead and give us a call, 321-328-8235, and let's make it happen. But anyway, let me see if I can go through. Tight end room. Let me go to that. I haven't talked about tight ends. Tight ends did look pretty good, minus Will Mallory. Of course, we know he didn't play. Minus Will Mallory. The other guys stepped up. Jaleel Skinner came in at a play. Khalil Brantley came. Arroyo, I think he got a couple of touches. I think Arroyo may have been a little hurt, but they wanted to get him out there. So our tight end room looks pretty good. Receiver room looks good so far as depth and everything I'm speaking. Quarterbacks, I still have to look at Jake some more. I have to say this. I'm going to be very honest. I think Jake looked a little more productive last year than he did this year. I'm just being honest. And again, I'm going to go back and look at the tape. If Coach got to eat his words, I'll eat them. But just looking at it off the huff, man, I think that Jake looked more productive last year than he did this year, in my opinion. But call a 904 area code. Talk to us. Where you calling from, and happy Easter.
Studio One. What's up, buddy?
What's going on with your Studio One? Talk to me.
Well, I wonder, a lot of people, I don't know, they don't know how to rate football, evaluate football, and it's a lot you can get out of preseason football.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether it's the NFL, whether it's spring football, it's a lot of, I guess you can call that irony or a little foreshadowing, let's say. You can look at and say, what is this team really? So let me get my first. We're getting too critical on the so-called drops. Okay, well, I gained with a little drunk from the past drops. Most of the drops in the spring to me were because DBs harassed them, and we don't give enough credit for a DB harassment, not just a tip ball or deflection or interception. It's called a harassment too, where you up in his grill, punch him one time, hit his arm, pull him down, or something to the point where he can't focus in on that ball. And I don't necessarily rate them as a drop as I would wide open drop. That's one. Number
Hold on.
two.
I'm gonna stop you there, Studio.
Yeah.
So explain that a little more. Like, so I heard all you said. So meaning a wide open drop, I get it where wide open just drops the ball, lack of concentration or whatever. But what do you mean in regards of, so if it's not a wide open drop, what's the other drop?
All right. So obviously you're going to have a rating or measurement on everything. Mm-hmm. The more wide open it is, the more egregious the drop is, apparently, right? We all agree with that. He dropped it. If it's kind of open and you got a little separation, we're going to be still mad at him up until we can see how much harassment is going on. You know what I mean? So I guess it's a rating system. You'll give it an A drop to an F drop or whatever you want to call it. But just like you said, the coaches by design, right? Guess what they designed? Mm-hmm. DJ Ivy. They attacked him purposely. Nearly every single play, they was going straight at him. And I got to say, he bossed up. He was hip for hip. I didn't see him getting burnt like I know him. Like where he at? You know what I'm saying? And most of them drops, there was two of them he could have got caught on. That one is Jacoby Joy, we had to make a one-handed type grab. People on him hard, like, you got to make two hands with it. Not when the DB pushing you around all the way down the whole field and you can't adjust your body accordingly because the DB harassing you. See, it's these fans easy to say, oh, he got a two-handed. But you see, they doing 4-3s down the field with harassment. All of a sudden, they just gonna turn their body in two-handed. It don't work that way, Coach.
Okay.
I play football. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So now it was one over there to the other where Keyshawn could have had it. But Keyshawn should have jumped back and caught that and snagged it. But it was too Avante and them, they harassing it. They playing to the end of the play. So even if the receiver touched the ball first, you don't give up. You can harass him to the ground, and guess what? If you don't come down with it at the end of that ground, it's incomplete. And we'll get the deal. And I've seen so much of that today that made me say, you know what? Still ain't lying to us. He said it was a pleasant surprise, and that was a pleasant surprise because people was hard on Dunson, hard on Claw. They slow. Man, them boys bossed up. You can't tell me Clark, Dunson. Just think, Coach Hayes. Imagine if Miami now can sub DBs like the wide receivers every play.
Time to spread.
Right.
Then we gonna have an advantage because the receiver after a while they run a long route. They tired. They gas. Oh, we got a new DB in there. Clark on you. Finna harass you. Not try to run down that field with this guy out here with 100% energy right now. Oh, okay. You ran a little route. Boom. Bunching out here on you now. Finna harass you. We going. I can see. I'm excited, man. I don't understand what these boys. They mad at our receivers, but our receivers are supposed to get pushed around in the spring. They're supposed to not be able to catch balls all over us in the spring, learning a new offense. They supposed to. Am I right, Hayes? I'm gonna let this point in there because I got about 3 more points. I don't want to overrun it.
I'm just listening, dog. I'm enjoying it. Hey, I'm like in the passenger seat watching you drive, dog. Go for it. I'm loving it.
Listen, okay. Now I ain't gonna just be all positive because we got some stuff we gotta fix. Now, one thing I did notice, our offensive first unit is beautiful, but our second unit is, I don't know. Because just remember when Jake Garcia kept getting in, and he kept having to touch the way the D lineman, was finna touch him, and he couldn't really get as many plays off. I said, man, what's going on with the second unit line? It's one thing I can say though, we don't need the whole second team to play. We just need the bright spots on the second line to fill in gaps when some of our boys might be tired. But our first offensive line looked like they're not confused. They know who to block. You know what I'm saying? You didn't see no major sacks. Cause listen, I seen the spring game. They had 9 sacks, 20 tackles for losses.
Yeah.
Do you want that to happen to us in our spring game? Do we want to see that?
As they say in the Jamaican, say no, no, no.
We'd have been terrified of what the offensive line finna bring to the table this year.
Yeah, it's different, right? So it's different when you look at this because you want to see big plays. That means the offense wins. But then you don't want to see big plays. That means the defense wins. So because you're playing yourself. So if you get a good mixture, then you feel better, right? When you get a good mixture of a pop run here, a pop run there, you feel better than a bunch of just big plays. You know what I'm saying? You feel different. Again, I believe that I'm looking at some of the spring game plays now. I might pop some on the screen. Who knows? I might get copyright. Who knows what it is? But I'm gonna do about 30 more minutes if I put this tape on. But I'm gonna tell you one thing I didn't like, and I saw this, but I think it's part of the environment of the game. I didn't like the way we didn't get to the ball after the ball got beyond a particular players, right? Meaning, once the ball went outside, we just kind of lollygag to the ball. Like there's no rush to get to the ball carrier. And that bothers me. You got to practice good habits. You can't teach a pit bull to be a poodle on Monday, and be a pit bull on Tuesday. It doesn't work that way. So that bothered me. Matter of fact, I'm tempted right now. Y'all put a thumbs up in this if y'all want me to go
actually, I want you to got to look back at that because I slightly disagree with you, Coach Hayes, on that. You mean as far as the run defense?
I'm talking about defensive players getting to the ball. I'm talking about after they get there, you see guys just kind of jogging. They're not trying to get to the ball. They get there initially, but the other guys kind of just I'm going to put it. Matter of fact, y'all do me a favor. I'm going to pause it here. Y'all put a thumbs up in the chat if y'all want me to go ahead and put some of the spring game footage up here, knowing I'm going to get copyright, knowing this video going to be demonetized. I'm going to lose everything I got, which is fine. No, I want it. Because I'm not making no money off the tape. I'd rather give it to the people. You understand what I'm saying? But let's do it. Let's put it up here on the tape. Coach me, coach. Look at ATL Kane. Coach me, coach. Put it on. Hold up. Oh, y'all moving fast. Hey, don't tease me with a good time. But, yeah. Matter of fact,
before you put it on, because I was finna say, one of my points was going to say, I noticed, every time it would look like it was going to be a real big run, they closed it up pretty fast. I didn't really see no big breaks. Maybe one, but not too many. So I don't know. Maybe there's room for improvement there.
Well, like I say, it's not having to do with the tackle, right? It has to do with the effort of getting to the ball. Not saying that the guy didn't make the tackle, more than it has to do with the guy getting to the football. And I'm looking at it here. I'll show you exactly what I mean.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, we did have a lot of contested balls simply because we playing man. So that was a good deal. Come on.
Another thing, while you doing that, I don't know what everybody's saying about Paris. I mean, he's nice. He's nice. But he ain't knighting. I mean, I'm looking at it. I went back and looked at his highlights first, right? And I was like, no, man, I don't know what they talking about. But then now I'm watching him in person. I said, man, he nice, but he ain't knighting, bro. And if y'all drinking something, if y'all think he is finna take knighting spot.
Yeah. Well, let me see,
and when
man.
If Don Chaney healthy, that's a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
So only thing with that is he came in at 240, 240, but you only lost 3 pounds, bro. You gotta go on. He looked uninterested. He looks like a hard to motivate guy.
Who's that?
He looks like whatever, okay, dookie dook. He's like, damn, how can you push that guy's button? And I think that's the issue with Thad. If somebody could find out what motivates him and get him off a cheeseburger and worry about his taste buds, he'll be a beast. He'll be a league like an NFL beast. It's just a matter of is he gonna get it in his mental and get motivated? Because he's not motivated. I'm even watching him in practice. He ain't going hard as he can. You look at them drills, he not pushing himself harder. He could push himself harder. But somebody gotta get to him, man. He don't know what he is, bro.
I feel you. Well, listen, this is what I'm about to do, studio. I'm about to go ahead and jump. I'm about to cut the phone line off, and I'm about to go and jump on this film. Let's talk about it.
All right, buddy. Thank you, sir.
Anytime. Hey, hold up. You motivated me. Hey, studio motivated me. So I'm going to cut this phone line off right quick. Let me cut this phone line off, and I'm going to just do a couple minutes of this. Go through a couple of these plays. I don't even know whose tape this is. Hopefully they don't get me, man. If they get me, I'll be pissed, but it is what it is. Let me pull up this cursor right quick. Hold on. We'll check it out. Just look through a couple of the plays and see what we can find. Let me see if I can do this. All right, here we go. Let's look at some of these plays. All right, let's go ahead and start with that one. All right, let's see here. 2nd and 3. All right, so you're starting to see the crossing concepts. He comes through. Good call right there by Van Dyke, just pulling it down. Receiver didn't get through. All right, there we go. Some of the motion. Here we go. Back to formations, right? I don't think it's a corner at the bottom of this field. No, it's not. All right, so we got our guys. Again, back out the backfield. Again, playing man is difficult, right? So these are some of the things, the concepts I have to say offensively did a great job with knowing how to use that, getting across the ball, getting the guys out the backfield. But my thing, if I'm Henry Parrish, I'm on the 20 and the time is not an issue. Again, look at the body control, right? Let's get this thing here. Get your body control down, right? Also this, knowing where you are. You're on the short side of the field. If you take it too wide, too fast, you run out of real estate. Now watch him try to get his balance. See, now he's forced himself there. He can't even make him miss. That's just me. I'm just talking. And I'm going to kind of stop and go so they don't try to copyright me, but we'll see. All right, here we go. Good read right here. Now, this is what I'm talking about defensively. Look at the safety coming down. They're playing man. So Ivy has his back turned. This is what's happening right now. All right. So watch Ivy. He's got the tight end man. He's got his back turned. If James it gets caught up in this, and if they're smart, he would run straight into James. Because if you run straight into James, it could be touchdown. Right? These are the simple things in football. Watch this. If this tight end runs in, picks James off, pick him off, wink, wink, pick him off, great block up front. It's nobody left. This is the only dude that can make this play right now, or until Ivy decides to turn around, which look how late it is before Ivy even turns around. But because James comes in there, makes a great play. He has to cut it back. All right, here we go. Another nub tight end set. And when I say nub tight end, what that means is just simply a tight end here, no other receiver or old school flanker out here. All right. First and goal. Showing like he's blitzing, but he's actually covering him, man. Now, people don't like to look at this, but look at the way Avante, this is Avante, right? See him attack the outside shoulder of 22. That's what I've been asking for last year, right? I know it's last year, but I'm just talking about you can make a comparison if you go back and look at it. Watch what he does. He would have normally played him inside out, meaning he would have played Thad Franklin from here out. He gets to the outside shoulder, forcing him to come back. Now, Four has to do a better job of stuffing him in the hole right here, right? He getting his cookies took. But again, watch this. He comes up, makes a great tackle, but they're going to pursue to the ball. Finally, right? Oh, wedge play. This is all wedge right here. This is all wedge blocking. All four of us get here. You get a lead guy coming up here. This guy coming up, fold inside, and just make it happen. Come on with it, man. Right? The wedge, and they're going to take the H back in Arroyo and lead him up the field. It's just a lead play, but it's just new. It's a new way of doing it. Look at Arroyo folding inside. Offensive line just wedging. Who is that missed that block? He jacked it up. Right here. He missed the linebacker blitzing. Okay, got to do that. That guy messes up the whole play. Steve comes in and blows that play up, man. Great job by Steve. Here we go. They're on the inch line, guys. I don't expect none of that. I still got my issues about being on the center, but yeah, because I don't know if they showed this on the ACC channel, but at the game, they snapped it and they lost the ball. I don't know if it was on this particular play, but they were on like the 1 or 2 yard line, snapped the ball, and we lost the ball. Let's see. I think they may have cut that out on this tape. Yeah, this was the redo, if I'm not mistaken. We actually lost that ball right here on the 1 yard line. Center snaps the ball, quarterback loses it, they pick it up, defense picks it up. But look at the wedge. Look at the wedge blocking. Thank you. Look at this. Everybody wedge in here. Let's go. Get your behind up in there, Parrish. Got time for all that talking. Thank you, Daniel Isaac, for subscribing. Appreciate that. All right, here we go. I don't know why they're back here again. This is a cut up of it. It's not the actual full game. Again, wedge blocking again. I'm loving it. Even if the guy comes down, there's nothing he can do. There's nothing right here Frierson can do. It's too much momentum right here. You only have to get that yard. Let's go. That's what we want, man. All right, here we go. Another formation, a bunch formation to the boundary. That's big. I mean, you putting 3 receivers here to the short side of the field, right? That means somebody's going to come across this formation at some point. Watch. Oh, they running it. Let's go. Look at that doggone zone blocking again. Here we go. I'm loving it, though. Let's go. Oh, 46. I forgot his name. Perry? I believe his name is Perry. That boy fired up right now. All right, here we go. Jake. I mean, who is this? Is it Jake? So they were typically right here. They're really in cover 2, right? Frierson blows this coverage because he kind of sits right in the middle. But, it's one of those tough deals, man. Devon Perry, yes. Appreciate it. Again, another trips formation. Look at this. Another nub tight end. Third and 12. Third and 12, ladies and gentlemen. I know you can't see it behind the advertisement. This actually is another mesh concept. This is a concept between the tight end coming here. Other guys going to come here, but because they're playing man, he's right on top of him. But what should happen in this mesh concept is he should be trying to pick that dude off to make him go around to create the separation. Watch. See it right here? That's the mesh right there. But he does a great job. I can't tell who that is. Is that I can't tell who that is. Washington, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, great coverage right there. Excellent coverage by them. Uh-oh. Is that 53 getting handed to him? No, not 50. Yeah, that's the center. Getting his cookies taken. This was the play I was talking about, which was hard to do. This is the play that's hard to do. You're asking him to play man. I believe this is James. He's going to have the number 2 man. You're asking him to play man defense and set this edge. That's unfair. It actually should be set by 33 here. Okay? And then they pull a guy around. Great play design. Pull him around, leads up, gets outside. Let's go. And if you also notice, the ACC doesn't show wide angle things when they're running because they don't want to show everybody's stuff. And I think that's a good job. I don't know if that's something Miami asked for. I don't know if that's something that's by design through the network. But you notice they don't show the wide angle cuts of a lot of things so people can see how people move or not. And you don't get a chance to see a lot of coverage. Big shout out to Ed Reed in the building. All right. This was the shot I was talking about. Took a deep shot. I know it's not easy, but he got to catch that ball. TVD got to lay. He's got the edge. TVD got to lay that ball out there. Let him go get it. You weren't under pressure. Nobody was in your face. You undershot that ball. Lay it out there. Let him go make a play for it. But if he doesn't, you get on there. You got to catch that ball there. Got to catch that ball, Keyshawn. What you talk about, studio? James Williams walking. Back to the zone blocking. They're doing the zone blocking with the lead, right? So they're using the H back here to basically become a lead play in this deal. But you're zone blocking it. Again, hey, I'm not an O-line coach. I get it. But if you bring one, always remember this in football, guys, when y'all get to watch football. If offense adds one, defense going to add one. If he goes out here, if Skinner goes out here, somebody's going to go out here. If he comes in here, somebody's going to come in here. But here's the disadvantage. That right now they got a 6-man box because football is all about numbers. Let's talk about numbers. Oh, let me get this out of the way. Football is all about numbers. They got a 6-man box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're going to get a late 7 right here out of James. They have 5, 6, 7, plus a late 8 with the quarterback. So right now it's man on man. They should win this battle because they have a late 7, you have a late 8 in your quarterback. So offensively, number-wise, you win this battle number by number. Okay? So my thing is, why zone this? Double this dude up because you notice we're not getting any push. This is what I don't like. There's no push. Look at that. The line of scrimmage is on the 40, and we still on the 40. Look where the contact is made, on the 40. All right? I personally, I get the inside zone. Everybody's super excited, but Jesus Christ. Excellent play by Gilbert Fryson. God the mighty nose. Look at this being right here. Now, here's what scares me. Who do we have in place right? When we talk about defensive scheme, who do we have in place? Which he probably wouldn't pull it. He would pull it coming this way, which that's what he's looking at, right? But there's no guy here. I guess you would call him, or maybe the safety coming in late. But look at the difference in this set. I'm about to correct my own words. I'm about to slap myself. Look at this. Shoulders are square in case the quarterback pulls it. So I got a guy here, right? Great job. Great cluster. Everybody's dead right here. Great play by Frierson. Holy smokes, man. All right, here we go. Another crossing concept, right? All right, here we go. You're going to get another crossing concept here. Again, they're playing a gang of man. And I believe this was the play I saw with James Williams in playing man. He's going to have a chance. He's going to catch this, but James is going to tackle him immediately. Look at that. Oh, no, they hemmed him up. Uh-oh, miscommunication. Who is 4, man? Somebody help me out with who is 4 right quick. Boom, picks him off, fights through there. But now he's thinking he's going to pick off, and now you leave the guy open. Great read by the quarterback, seeing it. Great job. Good job, Khalil Brantley in the building. Keontre Smith, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, again, the blocking, I have to say this. A lot of guys are standing up in this hole. He getting pinned out right here, boy. He getting his cookies took. All right. Dad tried to get him a little something. Again, run concept. It's the same inside. Great job by the end right here. Great job. Watch the end. Close this deal down right here. But again, my problem is who is on quarterback. Boom. You know he can't get the quarterback and him. They got the seal block, but you got 2 guys' eyes inside right now. Look at both of these guys' eyes are inside. Somebody has to take care of number 9 in case he pulls it and gets around the corner. Everybody's stuck in here, okay? You got to be careful with that. Got to know who has what. Boom, he's chasing it. Great job. Chase it. Bing. Who's going to be here? All right. Maybe it was James. Maybe not. I don't know. But they'll definitely correct that upstairs. All right, here we go. Setting the edge. Man, concept. I'm telling you, Frierson wasn't playing. Boom, fights it. But what my problem is, if Frierson's the edge setter, he lost it. He gained it by athleticism, but there's no edge setter. When you play man, you got to find out who the guy's going to set this edge. These guys can't help you. They're in man. Look, they're in man. He has to respect this tight end. He can't just go set the edge. He has to respect this tight end. So he can't be the edge setter. Look, man. If you telling me the edge setter is coming from inside here, we're in trouble. So maybe it is Gilbert Frierson. Maybe he jacked that up, but he corrected himself by making a great tackle. Look at Corey Couch back in the building. Again, here's the difference, knowing where you are on the field. And Restrepo's been in this game for a while, right? You can't run this short. It's 3rd down, 3rd and goal. You cannot run this short of the end zone. You cannot run this short of the end zone. Great throw, but you can't run this short of the end zone. Got to be on the line. Now, if he keeps his feet or if TVD give him a little bit better pass, maybe so. But still, you got it. You know, when you're that close, you got to get in the end zone. I love the scrum. A lot of defenses will cut these guys on the offensive line. But, you know, it is what it is. Miscommunication there. Somebody running off the field late. This was the play where they snapped it. This was the play. I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong. Because I was sitting straight up there on that goal line. All right, Ja'Cory Brown. I'm going to do this couple segment and I'm going to get off here. We got 287 in the chat. Y'all go ahead and have 280 likes in the building, man. Come on. I done already got demonetized, so it's done. It is what it is. Let's get it going. All right, this is what the player was talking about. Him getting in. He kind of just sails that one a little bit. But again, you see the Miami Hurricanes playing man, something we haven't seen a lot of. There we go. See the difference when we pull? This is the difference when you run the gap scheme. Look at this. Look at the double team here. Right here. Boom. Point of attack. Then we're going to come up. He's looking to seal somebody off. Boom. We got 4 or 5 yards out of that. Get up, Parrish. Don't be coming from the crib. You from the crib. You ain't soft. Good check down right here. Again, look at the soft tackle. That's what I said. They're not trying to kill each other, guys. Good soft tackle here. You know. Great play right here, man. It's so tough to play man in these tight sets like this. But look what I love. Talking about setting the edge. Watch him. Watch him. See him setting the edge, so he has to cut it back. Yes. This is what you want right here. Yes. That's what you want right there. Great play design. They go to pick. See the pick situation? I'm telling you, Miami played a bunch of man today. If Restrepo was really, really strong with it, he would have forced him and not. He would have ran right in the. I guess whoever this is, he walks right here, and then you got to turn it straight up. But I do like how they converge into the ball. Amen. Look at Corey Couch. Go ahead, boy. There go your passing concept. There go your crossing concept. And I'm going to give you a secret. Shh, don't tell anybody. Most times when the number 3 receiver is about 2 to 3 yards from the offensive tackle and there's a tight end, it's usually going to be a mesh concept. He's going to come across here. He's going to be here. He could have actually threw this concept right here up underneath. Watch. There it is. I'm sorry. Here it is. Oh, they did the mesh with the running back. Ooh. Right here. Throw it right there, Jake. Throw it right here, Jake. Look at it. He got picked off. Come on, Jake. I said the tight end. I apologize. Right here, the running back. They did a mesh concept with the running back. Ooh, that stank. I like that. Look at the pick route. Watch the pick. Look at the pick route. Perfect. Right here. Come on, Jake. Right here, baby. You can still say that's NFL open, but right here, Jake, it's 3rd and goal, though. I guess he's trying to get to the end zone. I ain't mad at him. I get it. Big shout out to Antrell Roll, man. Let me tell you something. I coached against that dude. He made me look stupid. But anyway, Ja'Cory Brown in the building. Design. Let's go. Bro, we ain't even got a jersey number for this dude, bro. We ain't got a jersey number for my man. Come on, Hurricane. Y'all don't open up the wallet, dog. Y'all ain't got a jersey for this dude, man. Y'all ain't got a jersey for this dude. Cut it out, Mario. Get that man a jersey, man. Again, knowing where the sticks are. 4th and 3, going for it. Great throw right there by him. Keep the sticks alive. Another inside zone. Good push right here by this group. Look at the push. Look at the push right here. That's what you want right there. That's what you want right there. There we go. I'm going to do a couple of more of these and we'll see. There we go. Bust them out, Charlie. Huh? Again, the outs. Easy to do. People playing man. But we got to connect those. We got to give him a catchable ball where he can do something with it. Maybe it got deflected. I'm not sure. It looked like maybe. I don't know. Can't tell. Just outing us to death. Let's go. Come on, y'all. What's up, chat? Y'all hit it up, man. We got 276 in the building. We just looking through some of these plays. Again, Henry Parrish out the backfield. Gave him a little thump. This was the play. I was talking about the goal line. I'm sorry. This was the play. It wasn't necessarily goal line. It wasn't with the 8-yard line. Snaps the ball early, lose the ball. But, of course, in the spring game, what happens? Oh, no. It's somebody else's fault. I think the defense clapped and set off the whistle. Set off the thing. All right, we're going to look at this last one and be done with it. Power it through, man. So, with all that being said, I got a few more minutes. I'll open up the phone line. Let's see if somebody want to talk about it. Turnover chain. All right, let's do this, man. Let's pop this open. Let's see if we can do this. Go ahead and hit the phone line, man. Let me get that up. Anybody want to call in? Let's talk about it. I got about 7 minutes left. So if anybody want to talk about the phone line is open 321-328-8235 in the building. Big shout out to Muhammad in the building. He says, I like what I saw from the O-line coach. We got to keep moving people off the line of scrimmage. Go Canes. Yes, sir. All right. So let me go to give you your love, my brother, for the donation. And we'll take a few calls if anybody want to call. I jacked your thing up. I'm sorry. Hold on. Brother Jay Blaze in the building. Talk to me, man. What's up with you? Happy Easter.
Hey, man. Hey, what's going on, Coach Hayes? Man, I love what you're doing, man. I'm glad you had that little breakdown. That was nice.
I appreciate it, man. I'm just chilling, man. Just having a little fun with it. What's up?
Hey, as a fan, you gotta, you look at it different when you're a coach. When you coach football, and when you're a fan, you look at it different. But you shouldn't get too much out of the spring game, because it's really for a lot of it's really for evaluation. You're not really putting too much into it, but it's some alive exposure, especially for the newcomers. It's all about gelling and bringing everything together. But I still think that we still got some ways to go, especially after this game. They're gonna get back to practice and work on some of the things that that they lacking on. So,
gotcha.
Hey man, I enjoyed watching the spring game. It was a blessing. I wish I was there, and I know everybody had a good time coming together.
Yeah, it was
But
fun, man. I
I
had a good
definitely
time.
see big things with Mario, man, and his coaching staff. I definitely see big things.
Yeah, definitely. No, like I say, it's a lot going on. Even though people think it was vanilla, it wasn't really a lot of concepts I saw in there. I saw a lot of different concepts in there that they were putting together. But it's pretty interesting. I'll be very interested to see how this thing work out, man. I really will be. Super excited.
Now, I got a question for you.
Mhm.
Now, Josh Gaddis and Coach Red Lashley, the difference in the two philosophies. What do you see? We done seen what Red Lashley brought, from the previous year. But what do you see different that Josh Gaddis is going to do? I know he's going to bring more of the run game into the system.
I think he's going to
like
take.
you
I
said,
think.
the mesh concept and stuff.
Yeah, I think he's going to take what defenses give him more than trying to make them throw the ball. Right. So we did see a lot of vertical passes, even with Michigan and those places. You had a quarterback I don't think is as talented as TVD is, but he took the pressure off the quarterback, right? Put the onus on the running backs and made very easy throws, easy catches. Well, I happen to see that same concept here in spring game. Didn't see a lot of vertical balls down the field. I know we saw Red Lashley even when Derek King was there and TVD took a lot of vertical shots, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? If you can do it, but you start playing into the probability game, right? So the probability is the deeper the pass, the least likely you're here to connect it. It's just that's just probability. So what it is we take what the defense gives us, and in that spring game, defense took away a lot of the deep balls. So check down, quick outs. Those are higher percentage passes. So I think that's what we're going to see out of TVD this year and Josh Gaddis in the offense. I don't know if we're going to see a lot of big down the field. We're going to take some shots, keep people honest, but there's not going to be a lot of vertical passes.
You think it's going to be play action and things like that?
You'll definitely get some play action, mid-range stuff, that 15 to 25-yard throws, digs, like the digs, the old school, we used to call it 10-yard and in, the square ends and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, you'll see that kind of stuff, especially if we play teams that play man. We'll see a lot of that kind of underneath stuff.
Direction plays, they really gonna come into play. The mesh concept, they gonna come into play when you dealing with the man to man.
Exactly right. So when you see a lot of man to man, as you saw that one clip I talked about, I think that was DJ Ivy. He running with his back turned, and the running back, if he would have just happened to pick James off, and it was a running play. So it wouldn't have been illegal for him to run straight into James and go blocking. Because it was a running play. So it's not like you picking the man off on a pass play. It was literally a running play. So imagine if he gets that same release, he's playing man and turns in and runs straight into James. Completely 100% legal. 100% legal.
Right.
But it goes to show you that's what happened.
How you feel about when I was watching the game? How you feel about our D tackle?
I have to be honest, it was hard to see from the stands, man. It wasn't a bad seat. It was just, like I said, a lot going on, a lot of mesh. But I didn't see any real pass rush, but not to their knock. They're not giving 120% in them things, guys. Like when it comes to that, because you don't want to see people getting rolled up on, knees rolled up on, tearing ACL, MCL. So as a fan, we want to see that. As a coach, he don't care about what y'all think. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's right. And that's what you get out of spring game. You can't get too much out of it because, you ain't going to be as physical as you are when in a real game situation. But you are still getting that, it's a lot of evaluation. You're still going over certain things. It's like a live practice, and it's, hey, man.
I was laughing at one of the comments somebody said.
I say we still got some work to do, and they put the work in, they get the result. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely, man. Well, I'm gonna get this one more caller in, man, and Coach finna go eat part 2 of his Easter dinner because I'm finna tear it up.
Oh, I'll call you later, Coach.
Already, man. Appreciate you, man. Hey, man, thanks for that text too, man. Meant a lot.
Oh yeah. Hey, tell my man V12, man. I tell he held it down on spring game day.
He held it down for me, man. Hey, it was tough, man. My dog always come through. Listen, hey, Blaze, when I get up there, man, I'm gonna get there. We all three of us gonna go hang out, man.
Okay.
Sure enough. All right. All right now. All right, big shout out to brother Jay Blaze, the UM glue. I love to call him the UM glue. He making it. Oh, boy. I couldn't even tell my man to call back, and he said he tried calling in, but we got us another one. Call and talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from. 512 area code.
I'm named Courtney, calling in from Texas, man.
Do me a favor. Cut your background down a little bit. It's coming back through the phone, and we'll get this thing rocking.
Yes, sir. Man,
All good.
big Kane fan, man. Want to know, what are your thoughts about Brown? This spring
Ja'Cory
game,
Brown?
everything has been going on with him. Yeah.
Ja'Cory Brown. Like I said earlier, I appreciated his press conference and what he said about, having to learn what's going on out there. He knew that when he was in high school, he could out-athlete everybody, but in this game, you can't. So he has to go through the learning process, and I believe he's 100% accurate. He's got nothing but time on his side, bro. Like, you think about it, you still got your red shirt, right? Which I think he should definitely burn this year, unless there's injury. So TVD this would be his last year. Jake, this is year 2. Next year would be year 3 for him. And when I say last year, meaning if he opts to go to the NFL, TVD.
I'm thinking he's about to go to the NFL.
Sure. So Jake may have 2 years left, in the sense of last year he was a freshman. This year he'll get some duty behind TVD. Next year he'll have his 1 year, and he may take that option of the 3rd year. And then, that's the system you got to have. And then Ja'Cory Brown will come in, and he'll have his 2 years. Remember, he's going to redshirt next year, sit behind Jake the following year, and then when Jake leaves, he then takes over. So he just got to learn it. He has all the tools, has all the attributes, has the height, the size, the speed, the arm strength. He has all that he needs, but he just has to know what tool to use for the right job. Can't use a hammer when you need a screwdriver.
Okay. My other question, a lot of my friends are Michigan fans, and they come in, they really didn't care too much for Josh Gaddis. And his offense he ran, a lot of them said it's Harbaugh. He wasn't that good. He wasn't that good of an offensive coordinator. And and I'm like, man, I don't know anything about him that much. Like, I've tried to watch some of this film, where he came from and his offense and his true scheme. What I'm worried about is falling too much ball dominance of running the ball. I like the speed and space. I like us, coming up to the 2022, more conventional offense. And I just think to fall back to a more run-dominated offense is kind of, I don't know about that one.
So let me ask you a question. You saw the spring game?
I saw bits and pieces of the spring game. I didn't see the whole spring game.
If I looked at that, when I looked at that spring game, I primarily saw 70-30 pass to run. 70% passing, 30% run. I think people are looking at, because you have to remember, people are looking at it from when they look at it when he was at Michigan. Again, the quarterback was not maybe the most
accurate.
Was the biggest no, because he wasn't the biggest quarterback prospect, put it that way. And so therefore that he did enough to keep the guys in check. But you had 2-3 really dominant running backs. You had Haskins, you had Blake Corum, and then you had the young Donovan Edwards, I believe his name is, the true freshman, who's a killer. Yeah. And so why put all of that? And that's what a lot of fans have to realize. You have to know the guys you have. If he's not that guy, why try to make him that guy when you got 3 of those guys standing behind you? You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then we have the quarterback, we have the running back, but our receivers.
We have I'm sorry, you broke up. You said we got the running back, we got the quarterback, but what?
What about our receivers?
I think we have receivers.
Respro's been good. Jacoby George and I forgot the Smith. I forgot the other guy's name. I don't know about Landon, the dude from Oklahoma that transferred back in. So I'm just wondering, like, do we have the horses on the outside to get the ball where we need to get to?
I believe so. I still don't think we have a when I say a difference maker. I believe Brashard Smith. I said it earlier. I believe Brashard Smith may be that guy, but I don't know if we have. It didn't show in the spring, and put it that way. Like nobody wowed me at receiver. Restrepo did a great job catching the ball, but I'm talking about the wow factor. There was no wow factor there. But we definitely have receivers to win ball games and to throw the ball. You know what I mean? Okay. Real quick, hold on. Dragon Go Canes. As soon as this caller get off, it's about a 10-second delay. I'm gonna say start calling. So you need to start calling if you want to get in, and you'll be the last caller tonight.
Okay. Well, Coach, appreciate the call. Again, calling all the way from Texas, man. Big Kane fan. We definitely gonna check out us out when we get to A&M. I'm ready. I already got my tickets for that game. I can't wait, man.
I appreciate you calling in all the way from Texas, man. They say the stars at night are big and bright down in the heart of Texas.
Yes, it is.
All right, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Happy
All
Easter
right.
to you and your family.
Yes, sir.
All right, now go Kane. Start calling in. You need to start calling now. But anyway, I'm gonna take that. That'll be the last call for the night, and I'm gonna get up out of here, man. And like I say, Miami Flow will be jumping on. I think at 8:45 they come on. So go ahead, you can jump on there with those guys. I thought I spilled some cane juice. Anyway, we got 254 in the chat. I appreciate it. It said Romello Brinson. Yeah, like those guys. Those guys are like, we got talent. We have the talent now. You know, we have the talent. All right. Bullyville, go Kane with the 999. Says go Canes. I appreciate it. That's a big bulldog. I mean, a pit bull right there, man. I don't deal with pit bulls, bro. I don't deal with too many dogs if you want to know the truth. Let me go to give you love. Hopefully, Dragon call on in and I can get up off this deal. Hold on. All right, Dragon, I'm going to give you about 20 seconds to call in, man. I'm going to hang this deal up. So far as the phone line, just give my conclusions, man. So I'm going to try again, Coach. Let's go. 321-328-8235. Anyway, while he's doing that, I kind of wrap this deal up, trying to give him opportunity to call in. Says, Coach, you were there. What's the truth about the boss? He good, man. We in good shape. I had to be honest with you. I've said everything I had to say about Mario Cristobal, and I haven't held anything back. You know, I still have my own concern, but I've said that. I don't have to keep going over that, but it is what it is. But anyhow, let me go ahead and say this, man. I appreciate everything and everybody for stopping by. If I saw you at the game and said hello, man, I appreciate that. That means a lot. It showed a lot that the fan base, you know, recognized. They were like, you coach? They were, you coach? Yeah, man. But we had, here we go. Then maybe this him calling in. Caller, hold on 1 second. Let me finish this last piece and we get up out of here. So before I get up out of here, is this Dragon?
Yes, it is.
All right, hold on. Okay, hold on 1 second. Perfect. All right. So I'm gonna cut the phone. The reason I'm mad, I want to cut the phone line out. All right. So I just want to say this. Thank you to everybody who I saw at the spring game, man. Took pictures of people who fed me, people who gave me some cane juice. Thank you so much. I really appreciated that we went live. Thank y'all for supporting. Big shout out to Lance Leggett with the Taste One Peanuts. He was killing them, man. That boy's out there selling them, man. But anyway, let me see. Oh, the Coach Me Coach podcast is back on with me and Don. We'll be doing that Tuesday evening at 8 o'clock. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe. We talk about all things sports, not just Miami Hurricanes, but just different things, different takes on it. So you don't want to miss that as well. And hit that like, hit that subscribe button. We got 233 in the building. Need 230 likes, y'all. Come on. I'll take 3 haters. But it's 233. Y'all should love me. With all that being said, Dragon, you know you got to be special. You got to be special if I kept the phone line open for you.
I appreciate it, Coach. I appreciate it. Hey, man, I've been watching for a little while now, for about, not even for a long minute. You know, my partner put me on to your game since like last season, man. But I've been following you. And listen, I appreciate what you're doing. But one thing I want to say about spring, man, Devin Perry, man. What about number 46, man? The running back.
Yeah, he look good.
Listen, I was watching the spring game, and I just had to say, man, like, who's number 46? Like, who's this guy? Like, I didn't even know anything about him. And then I really like what Mario is doing because, you know what? I'm not talking about the last regime, but I couldn't even figure out, like, we have these players and all these, like, just ballers on campus, on the team that I didn't even know about.
Okay.
That was there. But, man,
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah,
Like he looked, he had a good couple runs. I like to keep things in context of, competition level, the guys in which he was playing against, and all of those kind of deals, right? So I like to keep things in. And what I don't like to do is blow a guy up too big until he's earned that. You have to earn it. You know what I mean? I don't mind guys having great spurts and great pushes, but I've been in this game long enough to know that those come, like as they always say, not to be negative, but a broken clock is right twice a day. Everybody can do something good at some point, but the thing about football that's important is, can you be good consistently? And that's what we have to see, and that takes time to find out. So yes, I like Perry, but we're not putting him on a pedestal, just like I'm not going to put that on a pedestal or anybody else. They got to show me a body of work to say, okay, here we go. All right, this that guy.
Coach, I'm going to respect your opinion, man. Hey, listen,
no, I appreciate it.
Like I said, your WRE's on point.
I appreciate that.
And I'm not going to keep it too long because it's a happy Easter, man. But, hey, man, I like what you're doing in the future, man. I have a little idea, and I want to pitch it to you, but I'll pitch it to you later in the future when I'm ready, when I'm set up to actually come talk to you about it. But I do like your coach me. I think that's a great idea, man. Great
thanks,
idea.
man. Thanks, man. Well, like I say, yeah, just hit me up on Twitter, or you can always email me at coachhayesfootball@gmail.com. Or go to the website and put some in the contact list. Matter of fact, that'd be better because it comes directly in the email. Go to the website, coachhayesfootball.com, go to the contact section, and then just put it in there, and I'll definitely get it.
Okay, I just started a Twitter account too, man. I got you on there. More for my son, he just starting sports. So
got you.
It's pretty good. All right, man. Thanks, Coach. Thanks for keeping the line open for me, man.
No problem,
All
man.
about
Anytime.
you, man.
All about you. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate it, Drag. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, man. Good call. Way to finish it out. But anyway, I said what I had to say before I ended that. So with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and replay the Canes over here for those that missed it. And y'all get to see the little video montage of all the people I met. I took pictures of everybody, man. So I'm going to go ahead and play that at the end here. And so that way you guys can check it out and see. So you can see, maybe you guys came in just a little bit later and didn't get an opportunity to see it. So I'll just go ahead and play that at the end as it takes us out. Happy Easter to everybody from Coach Hayes and his family to yours. It was a good Friday. It was a super Saturday, successful Sunday. And let's make it a Money Monday. How about that, man? All right, so with all that being said, Coach Hayes will holler at you. Hit Alex Tabio up if you're trying to buy a house. Certified home loans, information, and all that stuff going to be in the description as well. Check him out, 305-205-1697. And a big shout out to Solo D2, man. My dog, he's still in the building. All right, and we'll holler at you. Thanks, man. Peace.
Yeah, we're about to go live.
My bad.
Canes over here. Get some canes over here. We got some canes over here. There go some canes over relax and take notes while I step in. Ain't no question. I've been repping. See my squad ballin', that's a blessing. I'm texting with my homies from that West End Zone crew. Say they taking shots, told me roll through. I told you about that orange and green. We click tight, big bites, we destroy your team. Make the world view our games like a horror scene. Stuff opponents in a can like Goya beans. I mean, representing for the team. Love the city though. You can't get connected with us. Shake your signal. Infamous with that swag. It's original. The copycats could copy that, but we go get some more. No gay, no Seminole. We let it stay, but in this state we is the general. Salute. Coral gave us around the world. We don't have a limit. We rep that you from the streets to the academics. Get some canes over here. It's some Canes over here. It's some Canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here. It's some Canes over here. It's some Canes over here. It's some Canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here.
All we do, please, is the hurricane. You ain't got that work, you can't serve the Canes. I know you been watching, we been hurting things. Where that crown at, homie, we them dirty Canes. We gon' get that title, what that purdy ring. Gotta turn over chain for every team. Green and orange on my back, yeah, the foreigners back. I'm scoring while you roaring like a lion getting shot. ¿Qué pasó, papi? Tú no puedes conmigo. Argentino de principio, huracán en mi equipo. Got the passion like Sebastian when I'm rapping, that's a fact. Got that 7-6 jersey for the legend, one sack, yeah.
It's some Canes over here. It's some Canes over here. It's some Canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here. It's some Canes over here. It's some Canes over here. It's some Canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here.
We got some Canes over here and we bout that. Solo D and them ballin' boys, yo, we got that. No good chillin' in the cut, hard rock pack. And if you hating on them Canes, better snap. It's the state of the MIA. The U is back, what them haters gotta say. Them Hurricanes, we be ballin' all day. Turnover chain, got the people going crazy.
Now whoop whoop, it's the sound so you know who it is. They counting finals all like the U up in here. Gold teeth, grillin', chillin', Solo D what it is. We got the turn up chain, gang up in here. Cause it's a UM thing, orange and green is the gear. We coming to you HD so it's crispy clear. So put them U's in the sky, don't stand and chill. And let them know if they don't know we got some Canes up in here.
It's some Canes over here. It's some Canes over here. It's some Canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here. It's some Canes over here. It's some Canes over here. It's some Canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here.
Canes, we be ballin' all day. Canes, we be ballin' all day. Canes, we be ballin' all day. Them Hurricanes, we be ballin' all day.
Who that?
So low, so low, so low, G. So low, so low, so low, G.